find it easy to speak before the board. Every time I try to say Madam President and Superintendent, I get it all mixed up. But I do want to welcome Dr. Meyer to our school district and share with you some positive news and information about what we're doing to support our homeless students and our foster youth. I run two programs that we are very proud of in Mount Diablo Unified. One is Foster Youth Services, and the other is called Hope. It stands for the Homeless Outreach Program for Education. And I've been with Mount Diablo Unified since April 8th of 2002. I began as a social work specialist at Mount Diablo High School. I believe that if you're not a teacher in this district, that we're here to support what happens in the classroom, and our teachers and our programs provide great support for our students who have faced trauma, that some of which you couldn't believe, hardships and stressors that can be hard to imagine. And we know that working together takes a village, that kids can thrive in the classroom. But I wanted to share with you 3 opportunities to contribute, and I have to say our companies and individuals and every board member has contributed and sponsored, and people have been so generous in this district. It baffles me at the holiday season that sometimes people who are struggling themselves contribute to the well-being of people who are struggling. So 3 opportunities to contribute. One is we're doing hoodies for Hope, sweatshirts for kids who don't have warm clothes. It's getting cold out there, and we have 3 donation boxes. One is here at the Dent Education Center, one is already at Willow Creek, and another is at the Hope office, which is on the campus of Olympic and Alliance High School. So that's one. Another is, of course, funds, cash, checks, and gift cards. I was able to talk with Brian Lawrence. He came to visit our program and see firsthand the work that we're doing. And we talked about how important little things can be. There's a saying in Japanese, "Chisai koto wa oki." I lived in Japan. It means little things are big. And sometimes a parent being able to choose his or her child's own gifts during the holiday season is something that we take for granted. And so the gifts, the Toys for Tots and other things that kids get to pick out are wonderful, but sometimes just that, being able to choose and have the child say, "Thank you, Mom," instead of "Thank you, Hope," is just a wonderful opportunity that we try to provide for our parents. We did last year for the first time have sponsoring of individual students. It went very well. We call it sponsoring because the term adopt a family or adopt a child for our foster youth who live in group homes, it's a loaded term. So we're trying to use language that is sensitive. And so we have an anonymous matching of a child's wish list with a donor's. Does that mean I'm out of time or that I have 30 seconds?
Yeah, you're actually an organization.
Organization.
Which is district organizations, but you're in a...
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, we want you to finish. You're really a district organization, but it's okay. You actually get more time than 3 minutes, which is interesting.
Okay. The beeps always, I get kind of shocked.
Public comment. The public always gets beeped. I don't know.
Help for the homeless and the foster youth. Everybody's been so generous every year. We just can't thank you enough. So we're doing it again this year, our donation drive. I want to say thank you to Felicia Stuckey-Smith for all of her support of our homeless students, and Dr. Mills. I work under and with Dr. Mills and Felicia. But really, it takes a village, and these are our most vulnerable kids who are facing incredible hardships, and we just want to thank everybody for all of their support. We're posting this online and then distributing. I put this at your desk today. Opportunities to contribute to our homeless kids and our foster youth. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wogan. You're always a passionate advocate for those students, so we appreciate that very much.
You mentioned hoodies and sweatshirts. Are those used or only new, or what are the parameters and sizes, and can you give some more information on that?
We're doing kindergarten through 12th grade. Last year we served 467 homeless students and 268 foster youth. So that's a school full of children. We can only deal in new clothing because we don't have the staff really to go through used clothing. we do, a food donation drive that Lori Menta and district volunteers coordinate, the non-perishable food that I forgot to mention. So maybe Brian gave me a second chance up here on the organization after all. If it's okay, I'll just say, so the other thing is, a number of our homeless families have always been very helpful. What Lori coordinates here at the district office is a non-perishable food program. Our after-school program, Terry Porter does fresh fruit and sometimes vegetables for kids at the after-school program. We've been finding we have right now about 60 families who have no access to cooking facilities. Some people live in cars, or they're mobile, or they can't always, a number of runaway teenagers, kids who are facing hardships. So what we're asking for this year is open and eat food, such as power bars and fruit roll-ups. We recognize that they may not be as nutritious as we'd like to provide for our students, but it is, as we've been saying for years, kids can't learn on an empty stomach. So it's kind of a part of our push through our wellness policy and our coordinated school health committee. And long answer to a short question. Only new hoodies and balls extra small through double XL.
I'll take as long as you want to answer. So I see on here that you have the Sign Up Genius link where people can sponsor a family. Are people, and I know there are a lot of challenges that we've talked about, but are people able to donate to Mdusd Hope online, or is that something still in progress?
We are working on it. We appreciate your offer to help us work it out with PayPal. And actually, Brian might not know it, but I'm on his calendar, Brian Richards. Because we are a public tax exempt organization, but not a nonprofit. And so we've had some difficulty getting a PayPal button, as nonprofit agencies do. And I really appreciated you coming to our office and then offering to help us work that out. I think we should be able to have a button to raise funds, not just for the foster youth and the homeless students, but contributions from all over the world for the great work that we do in Mount Delta Unified.
Where are you meeting with Mr. Richards on that?
Next week, Wednesday, I believe. 2 weeks.
Okay.
Probably tomorrow, now that I spoke publicly. But
So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Thanks, Mr. Wilton. Is our population going down? Last year it went up, I believe.
Well, it's another opportunity.
Oh. I said last year, this is actually a population we want to eliminate.
I do, it is.
But
and
it went up last year.
It did, and our number of foster youth went down. If for people who've called Child Protective Services, I think the threshold at which children are removed from the custody of their parents has gone up. And so the numbers are down, but what we're seeing is that 40% of our foster youth are in special education. The needs, the severity of the situations from which kids get removed from their home has gone up. And I have many examples of that. So the numbers are down, but numbers don't tell the whole story.
Right.
Eventually, we're going to get to the point that we have, 0 and 0, and all kids being successful. As Jonathan mentioned, the equity work that we're doing. We want to see the number disappear, families thriving, and everybody being successful.
Thank you for your tireless efforts. Shannon Carr.
Can I make a